Our vision, our view goes outward, and we're chasing after things. We think the next thing will take away the suffering, will give us the joy. Those of us who are in the Apple world and have our little Apple iPhones will now, I've been getting emails from my brother about all the different rumors about the next iPhone. As if this iPhone is going to be that much different than the last one. It might have a little bit of a bigger screen. It might go a little faster. I heard something today, you might be able to talk into it and it'll help you get stuff onto your calendar. You won't have to type it in. But fundamentally, it's the same. And I don't know about you, but I know for myself, when I get something new like that, it's kind of thrilling for a day, 2 days. If it's a really cool thing, maybe a week. And then it becomes pretty much like the last thing I had. Or you look, maybe it's going to be your birthday, and all your friends are going to go out to dinner with you. And you spend the week getting all excited about this event that's going to happen. And then the event happens, and it's really cool. It's really nice. You have a good time. And then the next day you wake up a little bit depressed. It's like, well, now this great thing happened. Now what? So if we chase after these things outside of ourselves, we're just like grabbing. I'm going to India in a couple of weeks, and my wife sent me a video of monkeys in India. And they were all over the street, and people are walking by and they're grabbing at the packages. They're grabbing at your food. They're grabbing at everything. That's our mind. Sometimes it's called monkey mind. It's jumping all over the place, grabbing after everything. And that this chasing after things that we desire actually ends up leaving us more unhappy and more empty inside. Because it's never enough. Because we're never enough. Think about it. You don't have to tell anybody else in this room. A lot of you are in the same class. You probably don't want to share it with each other. But there's probably this gnawing feeling that you're not quite good enough. Other people kind of have it. They understand. They get it. But me, And that nagging feeling of not being good enough is like an anchor that weighs us down. And we drag, or maybe a ball and chain is a better word for it. And we drag it around wherever we go. We think, if I just go here, or maybe if I get into a better college, or I get that really good job, then somehow this ball and chain is going to disappear. But if we pay attention, after we get these things that we want, and if we're honest, we find out the ball and chain are still with us. So it's kind of counterintuitive, because we think if I get what I want, then I'll be happy. Our whole society is based on that. But the Buddha said, it doesn't really work. He says, even if you're lucky enough to get what you want, immediately you're afraid to lose it. So you start protecting or pushing people away, so you better not get near my gold. So we hoard things, we separate ourselves off. There's all of these stories and myths about these people, like, I guess I'm thinking of Midas. You have all this gold, all these wonderful things, but it's not enough. And it's not enough, in part at least, because we lose ourselves. Chasing after things, going outward, we lose contact with who we are. So these very simple practices we have at a Zen Center. We did some chanting tonight. Then you got some very basic meditation instruction, which really never changes. 30 years on down the road, those of us who have been doing it that long, we're still using basically the same meditation. Maybe the words we say, instead of clear mind, maybe we say, what am I? But fundamentally, it's the same thing. Because it's a tool, a practice to go inward and to find out about ourselves. And this simple practice starts to turn that around, and we can remember who we actually are. And from that place, we're generally more open-hearted, more aware, more present, and more able to actually deal with the difficult situations that come